Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about European troops in Ukraine. Trump's plans to bring peace to Ukraine has hit a few snags. His plan to get Ukraine to give up rare earth mineral rights to the U.S. was rejected. Ukraine has not agreed to allow Trump to negotiate for them, and they currently aren't even involved in the talks, which were kind of tanked when the U.S. starting position was unacceptable to everybody but Putin. A new wrinkle has developed for Trump's plans that he might actually think is a win for him. On Monday, a host of European leaders met in Paris to discuss how to deal with Trump's meddling and decision to engage in unilateral talks with Russia. Leaders from Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands, Poland, Spain, the UK, and the EU all came together. The UK's Prime Minister indicated before the meeting the UK would be willing to place peacekeepers in Ukraine. Over the weekend, he said, quote, "We are facing a once-in-a-generation moment for the collective security of our continent. This is not only a question about the future of Ukraine, it is existential for Europe as a whole." Now, to MAGA and Trump, this will be taken to mean that Trump got his way. Europe will engage in their own collective security. But another thing said by the British PM was that they would, quote, "play a leading role in accelerating work on security guarantees for Ukraine." Sweden also indicated a willingness to put troops in, saying that once it was possible to, quote, "negotiate a fair and sustainable peace that respects international law, that respects Ukraine, and that ensures above all else that Russia can't just withdraw and regroup and attack Ukraine or another country within a few years. When we have such a peace in place, it will need to be maintained, and for that, our government is not ruling out anything." So Trump got what he wanted, right? Not exactly. This isn't Europe doing what they're told. This is Europe deciding that the U.S. is unreliable. Putting in troops as peacekeepers with the explicit purpose of making sure Russia can't regroup and attack again makes the troops being inserted what are commonly called tripwire troops or a tripwire force. They're forces that aren't going to be capable of actually defeating an opposition advance, but are there to set off a chain of events that mobilizes entire armies. They're forces that, if attacked, would probably be lost, but their presence might stop the attack from ever taking place. I know. Sounds cold-blooded, right? The U.S. would never deploy a strategy like that. In Germany during the Cold War, or in Korea today. Engaging in this strategy without U.S. involvement signals a willingness on the part of our European allies to go toe-to-toe with Russia without the U.S. if need be. Doing this without U.S. involvement isn't giving Trump what he wants. It's saying that U.S. leadership is no longer needed. If this foreign policy is continued and the effects remain the same, this might be the moment historians point to say, this moment right here is when the U.S. was no longer the leader of the free world. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.